I thought, I've had enough. I had been researching functional medical providers probably for the last 3 or 4 years, and decided it's time I just bite the bullet. And so I did some further research, because I like to do research, and read about Epic, and I thought, I like their website, and it just spoke to me. And so I filled out the medical questionnaires, sent those in, got a phone call within a day, and said, let's set you up with an appointment with one of their interviewers. So I did, and chatted with her, and then it's like, okay, we're going to set you up with Dr. Bradley, which they did. And I came down here, my husband and I did, and met with him. And he had copies of all my labs and diagnoses and things like that. And once those lab results were back, then, he had a plan for me going in the future with what was going to happen. I went off my thyroid medicine. I still take a supplement for my thyroid to boost it, but that is working very well, and I don't have nearly the side effects that I was having with that. And I had a really sluggish liver, and finally in March of this year, I got good news that my numbers were now in the normal range, and so they had fallen, a couple of them had fallen 30 to 50 points, so that was great news. And then, since the initial lab work back in September, my thyroid numbers have been good. So that's been a plus. And in 7 months' time, I have reduced by 83% my symptoms and side effects that I was having. So I consider that wonderful news. I've lost almost 60 pounds in the process. I've been very pleased. Dr. Bradley is a wonderful doctor. He is the longest functional medical provider in the state of Iowa. So that really spoke to me when I read that too. I thought, okay, he's got to have seen just a few things that have happened. His staff is wonderful. I can't compliment them enough. They are always willing to help. And I know that the Epic website has, their own definitions for the acronym Epic. Well, from a patient perspective, this is my view on the Epic acronym. First of all, the E, they're very empowering and encouraging here, which is great, doctor, staff, and the other patients. The P, it's personalized care, and they want you to participate actively. So there's the Facebook page, there's the Owls newsletter, and it just really is very nice to know that other people out there are experiencing the same thing that you are. The I, they want involved individuals. So, that kind of goes along with the participation. They want you to be actively involved, because that's going to, strengthen the sense of camaraderie with the other Epic patients. And then lastly, the C for caring community. We talked about that, and it's a very nurturing and warm and welcome. And the Facebook page, I'm going to go back to that again. People share their stories, their successes, their not successes, their little oops and slip-ups. There's recipes, there's recommendations. So just, a lot of good information there, as is the weekly newsletter that is also sent out to us, so that we can kind of see what's going on, what's happening. Dr. Bradley posts quite a bit on Facebook and does, live chats and talks. And so he really does engage all of his patients and appreciates the feedback that they do. You are not alone. And I can't stress that enough. You need help, they're here for help. Even the patients on Facebook and staff and Dr. Bradley. It couldn't be a better environment if you're having issues with your health. They like to get to the root cause and solve your problems.